Very good morning to all of you. Where are the remaining students? Till now, they haven't joined. Very less strength today. So we will wait for 2 minutes more. So what we have discussed earlier, do you have any doubt in that? So we can have a short discussion. If you want anything to be repeated, any topic, that also you can tell me. So we have discussed, what was our last topic, students? Yes, who can tell me? The last topic which we have discussed, numerical aperture. Very good, Amisha. So we have simplified some numericals also based on that. Yes. So I think it's clear to all, and we have written some formulas also. This numerical we have started. Okay, so what are your answers? You can check. Tell me the answers you got for this numerical. Yes, we are uploading now. We are continuously uploading. We will upload all the lectures and you can refer books also, notes also. Yes, playlist is prepared, already prepared. It's already prepared. I can show you. You can see here. You can see the playlist also. This playlist. And my playlist is, I want to search it, I think. Show all playlist. Just wait, I will see the all your channels. It's by the name Harita Malani, 6MEC. There I have uploaded all the videos. Here there is no search window. This link is there, Aditi. You got this? Let me check. It's not working. Okay, leave it. I will share with you. All the videos are uploaded on the dashboard also. Here you can see all the video lectures are uploaded. FOC 26/4. This video was uploaded. Okay, yesterday's video was remaining that I will upload on the channel. So what are the answers for this numerical? Please write down in the chat box. Yes, student, please write down the answer. I think you have simplified this numerical. Yes, students, I think you have simplified. Na is 0.21, okay. Za is 0.13 radian. Perfect answer. और क्या फाइंड करना था हमें? क्रिटिकल एंगल. Yes, what is the critical angle? क्रिटिकल एंगल फाइंड नहीं किया. एंड व्हाट इज रिलेटिव रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स? नो मैम, इसमें नहीं. इट्स रिटर्न ना फर्दर कैलकुलेट द क्रिटिकल एंगल. It's mentioned in the numerical. You haven't noted that? You can see in the numerical. I will highlight. And other students, what you are doing? You haven't read the numerical properly, I think. Or not written, I think, in your copy. So no one found out critical angle. Okay, phi c is 81.9 degree. Okay, which formula you used for phi c? Sin inverse n2 by n1, this. And n2 by n1 was not known in this numerical. Hana? Because one new parameter was given to you, that is relative refractive index difference. That is 1%, and we know del is related by n2 upon n1 by this relationship. Okay, by this relationship. So we can find out the ratio of n2 by n1, and then we can calculate the critical angle phi c. Very good. So write down next topic. Take one more numerical as a homework. I am dictating you the numerical. An optical fiber, write down in your copy. An optical fiber has a numerical aperture of 0.20. I will write the values in chat also so that no confusion should be there. Na is 0.20, okay? And cladding refractive index means N2, okay? And it's small, not capital. N2 is equals to 1.59. Determine first theta A for fiber in water with refractive index 1.33. See, it may happen that refractive index is not given to you, so you have to know some basic refractive index like air, water के हमें पता होना चाहिए, ठीक है? Core cladding not given, and if some other parameter is given, by using that parameter you can find out the remaining refractive indices, okay? Then A part, to find theta A, B part, critical angle at core cladding interface. Clear? Comment on any assumption. Comment on any assumption made about the fiber. So I think it's clear. So simplify it at your home. This is your homework. Okay. So next topic is very important ray, that is skew rays. Initially we have studied one ray, that was meridional ray. Okay. Which crosses through the axis of optical fiber. Now we are studying skew rays, which is little bit different from the meridional ray, and its propagation mechanism is also very different. Okay, so skew rays, we have seen propagation of meridional rays, you all remember. Now another category of ray exists, which is transmitted without passing through the fiber axis. Got the difference? If in numerical it is asked specifically, then you have to assume. ठीक है, specifically given है तो कुछ assume नहीं करना, and if it's not mentioned then you have to assume. Okay, if they have mentioned that the ray does not crosses the axis, then you should understand that it is not the meridional ray, it is some other way. Clear? So skew rays, which is transmitted without passing through the fiber axis, and it follows a helical path. You can see in this graph, it follows the helical path through fiber and are known as skew rays. This definition you can write in your copy. There is another category of ray exists, which is transmitted without passing through the fiber axis, and it follows a helical path through fiber and are called as skew rays. Okay, now draw this diagram. And this figure shows a helical path taken by a skew ray in an optical fiber. Skew ray path down the fiber, and this is, okay, repeat the definition. Okay, the another category of ray exists, which is transmitted without passing through the fiber axis, and it follows a helical path through the fiber and are known as skew rays. Complete? And see, it is not very easy to understand this skew rays propagation mechanism, and in 2 dimension it becomes very difficult to analyze also. Okay, but it can be understood by this figure which is drawn here. Okay, so cross-sectional view and propagation view both are shown over here. So finished? So what is very important here, you can see What you can analyze here? This diagram, which is showing the helical path properly. Cross-sectional view of the fiber. Okay, the ray is not passing through the axis. It is moving along the round shape, cylindrical shape of your core. Okay, like this. So this angle psi is very important. The helical path traced through the fiber gives a change. You can see that change in direction of 2 psi at each reflection. Where psi is the angle between the projection of the ray in 2 dimensions and radius of the fiber core at the point of reflection. At the point of reflection, is it clear? Any doubt here? If you are having, we will simplify that also. So now again we will define few more parameters for skew ray. What is its acceptance angle and numerical aperture. Okay, so this diagram is a basic diagram. If anyone asks you about skew rays, this diagram is self-explanatory and you will get it very easily. Okay, now we will simplify it by projecting that rays vector on the fiber core. Okay, so for that we will use this diagram, which will help us to find out the acceptance angle of skew rays at the air core interface and the critical angle near core clad interface. Okay, so draw this diagram in your copy. Finished? Finished?
No, ma'am.
It's not audible, Sakshi. Okay, so you can see the diagram. Fiber axis is defined at origin of this fiber core. Okay, that is S point. That is S point. So the ray coming from source to the fiber will not exactly cross the fiber axis. So that originating point is marked as A, where the ray touches the core. That point is marked as A. Okay, students? And the angle of propagation is very important, which we have discussed in the cross-sectional view. At point A, Clear? Again a axis is drawn. You can see this axis. So every time this axis will change because the ray path within the core is helical. Okay, it's not meridian, it's helical path. So at point A, axis is drawn and the angle is marked from that axis as theta s. And here we are finding out the acceptance angle for skew rays. This ray is propagating and again it changes its path. Again a reflection is happened at point B. A to B the ray is moving. At point B again reflection occurs. There are so many reflection which causes the path as helical. So at point B, what I will do, I will trace 2 points. One point is at the origin of your fiber core axis. This is the core axis which is marked dot dash line. क्लियर? तो एक पॉइंट हम मार्क करेंगे कोर एक्सिस पे, another point will mark at the axis which is drawn where the light incident the core, which is point A. So you can see R and T. Is it clear? Now see, this derivation is little bit difficult also, but at least we should understand the concepts. So, when considering ray between A and B, it is necessary to resolve the direction of the ray path AB, okay, to the core radius at point B. However, if two perpendicular planes through which the ray path AB traverses are considered, then this psi is the angle between the core radius and the projection of the ray onto a plane BRS. You can see this plane. B, R and S. This is the plane. Clear? And this psi angle is in between these two axes. Okay, it's not this whole angle. It's the angle between T and R. And theta, here you are seeing this theta. Okay, this theta is the angle between the ray and line AT. Line ray kaun si hai? AT drawn parallel to the core axis. AT line is drawn parallel to the core axis SR. Okay. Thus, to resolve the ray path AB relative to the radius BR in these two perpendicular planes requires multiplication of cos psi and sin theta. See, there we have directly used Snell's law of reflection. Here also we will use, but we have to change some concept, that because there are two perpendicular planes drawn and two parallel lines are drawn, SR and AT. So we have to consider all the angles properly. So cos psi and sin theta are multiplied to get the angle. So here at the reflection at point B, you can see here reflection at point B is this ray at an angle phi, may be given by this equation. So students, now you directly write this. To calculate acceptance angle for skew rays, we have to define direction of ray in two perpendicular plane, and these planes are BRS plane and ABT plane. ठीक है? Now write down the geometry is as shown in figure 2. This is the geometry. So write down equation number 2.11 as equation number 1 in your copy. Write down fast, students. Using the trigonometric relationship sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. The above equation becomes, write down equation number 2. Finished? So, if the limiting case for TIR is considered, limiting case of TIR, that means phi becomes equal to critical angle phi C. The core clad interface equation, we have seen that equation earlier when we have started this TIR topic, that it is given by sin phi C is equal to N2 by N1. Sin phi C is equal to N2 by N1. So, above equation may be written like this. Sin square phi क्या हो जाएगा मेरा N2 square by N1 square. So write down next equation. Furthermore, using Snell's law at point A. In the figure, you can see this point A. Again, we have to apply Snell's law over here. अभी हमने at point B apply किया था. Now we are applying at point A. So air core interface. So the equation will become N0 sin theta A is equal to N1 sin theta. Any doubt, student? Okay. So this equation, next equation number 4, where theta A represents the maximum input axial angle for meridional rays. Theta A we have defined earlier. That was the maximum input axial angle for meridional rays. We have considered half conical angle also. And in this section, theta is the internal axial angle. Here you can see this is the theta. Internal axial angle. Here the light is refracted from air to core. Okay. So, hence substituting for sin theta from equation number 3, you got this equation. ठीक है, 2.15 तक सबने लिख लिया है. So now I have defined this sin theta as sin theta AS angle. I have changed this N1 cos phi C upon N0 cos psi by using this Snell's law equation. What is sin theta? Sin theta, this sin theta is substituted by N0 upon N1 sin theta A. Sin theta is substituted from here in the above equation and you will get this new equation 2.15, where theta AS now represents the maximum input angle or acceptance angle for skew rays. So we are simplifying this equation now, equation 2.15 in your copy. Write down, thus the acceptance conditions for skew rays are this. n0 sine theta as cos is equals to this bracket we have simplified, students. N1 square minus N2 square to the power half. Is it clear? And this equation is known as a numerical aperture. If question is asked for acceptance angle, then sine theta as can be found out by using this equation or this equation. Then we are defining the numerical aperture, which is always given by n1 square minus n2 square to the power half. And in the case of fiber in air, n0 is 1. So I will get numerical aperture as sine theta as cos gamma. Clear? And this sine theta as is always greater than sine theta a. मतलब कि skew rays are accepted at larger axial angles in a given fiber than meridional rays, depending upon the value of this cos gamma. ठीक है? In fact, for meridional rays, this cos gamma is equal to unity. Because क्या हो रहा है? Numerical aperture क्या होता है तुम्हारा meridional ray का? Who will tell me? What is the numerical aperture of meridional ray? Yes, students, what is NA? Yeah, simplified numerical also, na? It is sine theta A. Yes, yes, very good. So here what I am getting, again I have to multiply cos gamma parameter with this. So I can say that numerical aperture for skew rays is greater than numerical aperture of meridional ray. Okay, students? So always remember this. Numerical can be asked. They can tell you to compare. Comparison can be asked. So you can provide theory notes for that. You can write nicely in the exam also. So this finishes our topic. Write down one numerical. Finish, student, all the equation, or should I wait? Okay. So write down an optical fiber in air has numerical aperture of 0.4. Compare the acceptance angle for meridional rays with that for skew rays. Clear, students? Any simplify this numerical. Yes, what is the answer? Yes, student, answer is find out. Very easy question. You are having all the formulas. Yes, student, finished. Okay, which is greater? थीटा ए एंड थीटा ए एस में से कौन सा ग्रेटर है? थीटा ए एस is greater. So by numerical also we came to know this parameter. So done. This topic we have completed here. And see students, we have discussed this also, electromagnetic wave propagation. So acceptance angle, numerical aperture we have finished. ठीक है. Skew rays we have finished. ठीक है. Now I will discuss a very small topic, nature of light. How we can explain the light? Nature of light can be explained as rays, waves, and photons. Okay. So using optical geometry, I can explain the rays. Using electromagnetic wave theory, I can explain. Using photoelectric effect, we can find out what is ray of light, what is nature of light, what is the concept. So what we will need for optical geometry, we need to explain the light propagation, and which we have discussed. Optical geometry, total internal reflection, light propagation we discussed. So optical geometry is completed. Okay. And after that, electromagnetic theory to understand the spectrum. So electromagnetic theory consists of all your Maxwell's equation, curl, how your fundamental modes propagate within the optical fiber, Cartesian coordinate system, polar coordinate system. On that basis, it defines the electromagnetic theory. Next, on the basis of photons, photoelectric effect. So here I will use the lasers and photodetector to define the ray of light. Okay. So rays, we all know core carries the light. This is just the briefings. Okay. Core carries the light. Cladding confines light into the core. In order to propagate light, air core interface refraction occurs. Air core interface में क्या होता है? Refraction, lighting horizontally. Clear? Core cladding interface, there is a reflection of light in between N1 and N2. You can see very nicely this concept in the diagram. Air N0, core N1, air core interface. This is my acceptance angle. Through this acceptance cone, light ray will be accepted. Either it would be meridional or skew rays. In general, we always discuss meridional ray. Okay. Under specific circumstances or special cases, we'll consider skew rays. Otherwise, always it is in the discussion meridional ray. So you can see, if this reflection occurs here, the light is lost. Without entering the optical fiber, the light will be lost. If it is within that acceptance cone, it will move towards the core. If this angle is not having the limiting case of critical angle, then eventually light will be lost by refraction. But here I want that light should be propagated within the core through total internal reflection. So this blue light is propagating within the optical fiber. It's clear? Okay, so those parameters are explained here nicely. Refractive index values. This you can see very nicely in this diagram, where a dielectric slab and a triangular slab is mentioned in the diagram, and the army persons are moving from N1 to N2. If they are moving from N1 to N2, it is refraction, which is shown over here. N1 greater than N2. Refractive index is the ratio of velocity of light in vacuum upon velocity of light in medium. So measures how much the speed of light is reduced. So N typical value is 1.1. We have to study permeability of the medium also with this parameter. So epsilon I, material's relative permittivity. Speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. And the real epsilon I is given by epsilon dash minus j epsilon double dash, which is negligible. So we only consider this epsilon I is equal to E real. Okay. Critical angle concept. Here in slides, single topic is taken and explained it to you. Now we will discuss ray paths, ray modes, which we have discussed earlier also, step index and grid index fiber. Okay, so I think time is over now. And see students, we have discussed electromagnetic mode theory for optical propagation. From book you can write your own notes. I have provided. And see students, this modes in a planar waveguide is for your understanding. Okay? But we have to understand how electric field propagates within the dielectric slab. Okay, so dielectric slab is my example of planar waveguides. So which is shown very nicely in the topic of 2.3.2. Then we have to study this propagation constant and what are the fundamental modes of light propagating within the optical fiber. But this is for planar dielectric only, which is not of our use. But to understand for circular waveguides, you should just once you should go through this topic. That's why I'm showing in these slides, because this will tell you how your light can propagate within the planar waveguide, within the dielectric slab, what are its transverse electric effect. You can see this modes, 2 modes, 3, TE1. This 2 slabs means it's a single cycle, 1/2 cycle, 2 cycles. Okay, so for different modes, M is equal to 1, 2, 3. So this you have to go by your own. Then you have to write down phase and group velocity equation. This equation is very important. Vp is equal to omega upon beta. Phase and group velocity. Group velocity means when n number of waves are traveling together, what is its overall velocity? That is known as group velocity. So these parameters you have to write. So write down these equations in your copy from the book. तो ये यहाँ तक तुम्हें 2.40 तक you have to complete your copy. In next class we will discuss with next topics. If you have any doubt, you can please ask me. And in next class we will continue. Yes, students, what are your doubts? Okay. So, goodbye, students. Take care of yourself. In next class, we'll continue with the next topic.